What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your Mobility Minute. We are finally in the gymnastics quarter. This is my favorite quarter. It is no secret. Pull-ups, toes to bar, handstand push-ups, handstand walks, muscle-ups, all the best stuff. However, it is also a huge demand on the shoulder, all of those movements. So what we're gonna focus on today is a little bit of shoulder health leading us into this gymnastics quarter. So that way, hopefully, our shoulders are nice and healthy to handle all of these overhead motions that we're gonna be doing in this quarter. So all you need today is a foam roller and a little bit of floor space, and if you're ready, we'll get started. All right, guys, we're gonna start with a little bit of foam rolling. We're gonna focus on the lats today. The lats are arm extensors. They wanna take our arm behind us, and they can limit overhead motion if they're really tight. Additionally, because they attach to the thoracic spine, they can also limit our T-spine extension. So we're just gonna get in here with the foam roller, give them a nice little smash, try to soften them up a little bit, reduce some of that tone. You're just on the back side of your armpit. And you can lean back a little bit if it feels a little tender back there. We can work our way up to the scapula. We want to find those tender spots. When we find those tender spots, we're going to go ahead and start moving the arm. So take it up overhead and then even lift it. Oh yeah, if you can. You'll really feel that lat start to pull because it's being compressed at the same time. It's not going to want to let you lift that arm overhead. Oh yeah. But that just shows you if it's, really restricted, how much it can limit your overhead motion, which is why we probably want to do this. Get a good mash in there. We can also do some rotation. The lat is a rotator of the arm. It does internal rotation, so bring the arm this way. So we can take the arm to external rotation. Additionally, if we get up more behind the scapula, then we can get some of those rotator cuff muscles and some of those muscles attaching to the rotator or to the scapula, like your teres group and your infraspinatus. Those also can limit overhead motion, but they're also important stabilizers to overhead motion. We'll just get those softened up. And we'll go ahead and switch. Feel free to spend more time if you'd like on one side if you need to. But usually about a minute is good enough with foam rolling. Gets us the desired effect. Can decrease some soreness as well. So maybe if you are sore from pull-ups or muscle-ups or anything of the like, you can do a little bit of foam rolling of your lats, help loosen them up. Oh, this one's a little bit better. The other side was terrible. This side's a little bit easier to move. It's usually how it goes. Usually my left is worse. Get behind that shoulder blade, get some rotation. Wherever it feels tender, find those tender spots and just spend a little bit of time there. Could be some trigger points, could just be soreness. Either way, a little bit of mashing will help. And then once you've had enough of the foam roller, we're actually gonna go into an internal rotation exercise. So we're gonna do a modified sleeper stretch, and we're gonna turn it into a pails and rails. So you're gonna lay on your side, and you're gonna have your arm straight out in front of you, the arm that you're laying on. We're gonna go ahead and bend that elbow, and then we're gonna take this palm to the floor as much as we can. Now notice I can't go very far. This is internal rotation of the shoulder. This is actually really important if we're doing like a transition into a bar muscle up, or if we're low in ring dips, things like that. This position is very important for that. So we need to make sure our internal rotation is really good in this gymnastics corner. So, elbow down, palm towards the floor. I'm gonna take my other hand and put it on the back side of this hand. And I'm just gonna give it a gentle push. I'm gonna feel a stretch, probably feel it through the back side of the shoulder. And we're just gonna hold for about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go right into a pails and rail. And what that means is I'm gonna push this hand up into my other hand. So I'm giving myself resistance. I'm gonna start at about 50% and then build to a max effort. So as hard as I can into my own hand. And then I'm gonna reverse, and I'm gonna try to pull my hand away from my other hand for 10 seconds. So now that we've hit about 30 seconds of stretch, we're gonna go into that pails and rails. So the first one is pushing up into my own hand. Ready, set, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You should be getting stronger. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna reverse. I'm gonna pull my hand away. All of a sudden, I've just gained another 3 inches of internal rotation. That's incredible. Really shows you how much your nervous system controls your mobility. Now I'm gonna bring my hand back to my new position, and I'm gonna press back again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pressing harder, harder. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna pull my hand away again, and I've gained even more range of motion. This is why I love pails and rails. This is a way better way to increase your mobility and your flexibility than just simply static stretching. We're gonna go one more time. So I'm gonna meet my hand where it's at, give myself some resistance, pushing into my own hand, trying to engage more and more. 3, 2, 1. Now last time, I'm gonna try to take my hand closer to the floor. I'm almost there. Just hold for about 10 seconds. I'm just trying to gain more and more and more. And you can see how effective that was. Massive gain in range of motion almost instantly. Good, and relax. Now I've got even more internal rotation. Let's do the other side. So same thing, I'm just gonna start with a little bit of a passive hold. Make sure that arm's out in front of me. This is about our starting position. This is my right hand, so it's a little bit better. Just a gentle stretch to start. Kind of acclimate myself to the position before I layer in some contractions. Pails and rails is just a really good way to increase your flexibility and your mobility instantly. Great for warming up. You feel a little stiff. Something you can do very quickly, right? Those 3 reps of 10 seconds either direction. Took us all of a minute. And you saw how much range of motion I gained almost instantly in that internal rotation. All right, we're gonna do our pails and rails now. So I'm starting by pushing up into my own hand. Ready, set, go. I start with about a 50% effort, and I'm trying to build towards a max effort. So now I'm pressing harder, harder. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm moving my hand closer to the floor. I'm trying to get my palm to the floor. Again, about 10 seconds. Now I'm gonna bring this hand, meet my other hand in its new position, and then I'm reversing again. So I'm pressing back into my own hand. Again, 50% to 100. Try to get towards that max effort. Over about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now towards the floor. Getting closer. I might be able to get this hand to the floor. We'll see. It's my right hand, so usually a little bit better. When you're moving towards the floor, you want to try over the 10 seconds to actively press that arm towards the floor. Don't just rest it. You're trying to get more range of motion. Now last rep, here we go. Meet the hand, press back. Harder, harder. 3, 2, 1. Now last one towards the floor. Oh, I'm so close. Almost there. Keep pressing towards the floor. Reach for it, reach for it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Look at that. Almost get to the floor. Like I said, internal rotation is really important for transitions and a bar muscle up or ring muscle up, right? We're going from this externally rotated position to an internally rotated position. And if we struggle to get into that internal rotation of the shoulder, I'm not gonna be able to catch myself in a bar muscle up or a ring muscle up. So we do need internal rotation. Now we're gonna work on external rotation in the overhead position. And we're gonna do it with a extended T-spine. So I'm gonna put myself in a puppy dog position, which is a yoga position. And then I'm gonna go through a reverse snow angel, or what we sometimes call a CAR, a controlled articular rotation. So puppy dog is where I'm gonna keep my hips over my knees, and I'm gonna reach my hands out as far as I can and drop my chest towards the floor. Now, you guys can rest your head if you would like. We're gonna start with this right arm. Notice my back is arched. That's what I want, because most of our overhead positions, we have an arched T-spine, right? Kipping, handstand walking, we have T-spine extension. Now from here, I'm gonna keep this arm straight, turn my thumb up to the ceiling. I'm gonna keep it there as long as I can. I'm gonna start by lifting, and then with a straight arm, I'm gonna bring it out to my side as much as I can. As close to your body as you can. Once you get there, then you will rotate, thumb the other direction, allow the elbow to bend to reach behind your back. I am trying to keep my hand off of my back as high as I can. Now I'll straighten the elbow, return the thumb to the ceiling, bring it back overhead without touching the floor, and then rest. That was 1. We're gonna do 4 more. Lift to the side, turn the thumb, allow the elbow to bend, reach behind your back. Then we straighten, we turn the thumb up, we bring it back, we set it down. Same thing, lift, arm to your side, rotate, reach behind your back, straighten, rotate, bring it back around, lower. Let's get, what was that, 2? Yeah, get 3 more. To the side, rotate, reach behind your back. Try to keep the arm as lifted, as high as you can the whole time. You're constantly reaching. Ask yourself in each position, can I get my arm higher? I can. I'm being lazy. Trying my best. These are difficult. If you do them right and you're trying to reach for new range of motion, you will be sweating because you are trying to squeeze that muscle as hard as you can throughout. Last one, rotate, reach behind, straighten, rotate, overhead. Whew. That was just 5 and I'm already sweating. Spin around, do the other side, and then we'll call it a day. So same thing, hips above the knees. I'm gonna reach the arms out, overhead, so my back is extended. Thumb to the ceiling, left arm this time, lift. Keep the arm straight, bring it all the way by your side, rotate, reach behind your back. Straighten, rotate, overhead, let it go. Again, lift, bring it by your side, rotate, reach behind, straighten, rotate, back overhead, set it down. We're gonna get 3 more. Lift, by your side, rotate, reach behind the back, straighten, rotate, overhead, set it down. 2 more, here we go. Lift, I'm sweating, by your side, rotate, reach behind the back, straighten, rotate, overhead. Whew. 1 more, I think, right? I don't know. Let's get 2 more for good measure. Why not? Reach behind the back, lift, make sure it's as high as you can get it. Even I can probably get a little bit higher. Whew. Last one. Keep that thumb up, by your side, rotate, reach behind, straighten, rotate, overhead, set it down. Woo! I'm sweating. That was difficult. All right, so we hit both. We got a little bit of internal rotation. We got a little bit of overhead motion in a mostly externally rotated position. So this is very good for just overall shoulder health, but a good overhead warm-up as well, or a warm-up for something like bar muscle-ups where you have to transition and get to an internally rotated position. So hopefully you like this one. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you next week.